Hi, welcome to Market Insights with Voit Real Estate. Today we have a special guest with us today, Matt Brady from Ware Malcomb Architects. So in our earlier conversations, we talked about the lack of really land in Southern California.
Right.
And multi-story buildings are starting to become part of the discussion, and in some other markets there have been some multi-story buildings. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, we're studying it everywhere, but we have developed a number of these projects. We started in Queens in New York, and with 3-story designs. We have a 4-story that's under construction right now in Chicago. We really have more innovative solutions, and they're more like site-specific and market-specific than like just taking one multi-story design and applying it to a location. But more and more, the conversation I think is going to be about someone who wants to go into a particular market, and there's just not enough land there. So the only way they can go there is if they go multi-story. Right. It's not like they say like, I'll just buy the bigger lot and do a bigger single-story building. Right. There aren't bigger lots. So that's where we're basically innovating to come up with different multi-story solutions to solve the needs of the occupiers.
So places where there's no land, i.e. New York City,
yeah,
Chicago, certainly, Dallas has got land forever. Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't say forever, but let's talk a little bit about freezer space.
Okay.
And what cold storage space. That's becoming a lot of talk
Yeah.
around that, and there's real estate REITs that just focus on cold storage space. So
yeah, we have clients that just do cold across the country.
And how, okay, so let's talk, before you finish that thought, talk about where you see that. Is that cold storage space going to grow exponentially? Is it?
Yeah, a lot of the conditioned, like refrigerated buildings, are old. They're very expensive to develop, right? It's a lot more, maybe triple the cost of a standard industrial building, and they're usually very customized for the use. So because of that, there's a lot of old infrastructure out there. It's not that efficient, but it's hard to get new product out. So my understanding is that sector is very underserved right now. There's a lot of demand, and so some of our clients are figuring out how to deliver product. We developed a spec prototype. Costs, you sort of develop a spec building, but you don't put in all the infrastructure. And then once you land the tenant, you can finish it to their specific needs and really bear a lot of that cost once you've already got a deal locked in.
And that's for freezer space too, or?
Yeah. So if you just have conditioned space, like we've done things in San Diego, for example, that are produce related, and that's what's called a box in a box. You can take a standard industrial building and put an insulated box inside that building and all the equipment to cool it. But when you get into the freezer space, it's a very customized building. You need to isolate parts of the structure. You're actually heating the slab. So that's where the specific needs of that user really need to be, the building needs to be customized for them.
And just in general, you see a lot of, you're doing a lot of plans, you're seeing a lot of tenants out there. What's tenant demand right now, that from your perspective and doing what you're doing, what kind of tenants are still out there driving the boat?
In general, or in the cold space?
No, just in general.
We've got some of our deals are end user deals. They're companies that do a lot of, they supply to, might be restaurant chains that well. There's other developers I mentioned, and they're kind of in between us and that tenant.
So demand's good. Who are the major developers out there that are trouncing around in this kind of space?
Well, like one client that's been has been a really loyal Ware Malcomb client is at a company called Scout, and they're just completely dedicated to this cold storage product,
Including freezer space
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah.
And what kind of, do you have any idea how many square feet they have out there?
I don't. And they're finding opportunities to renovate buildings and actually do more of the box in a box approach, or they're finding properties that maybe have some additional land that they can add a building, or alternatively, just a greenfield ground up new building.
So you're in a bunch of different markets.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate your time today. Some great insights as always, and look forward to having you, seeing you once again.
Yeah, right on.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks.